This is a 48 pack of alcohol markers. I've received this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase them, they would cost you $17. They haven't paid me for my review, and so my opinions remain my own. You receive a little nylon bag. It says 48 pieces of markers. There's a zipper on the top here. There is a carry handle on the top as well. And so in addition to these main markers, they've also included, it looks like, several smaller items. So I'm not sure what they are. I'll have to go read about that a little more. But there's 2 black ones and 2 white ones. In addition to these guys, I assume there's 48 of these color ones. And these are double tip markers. So here's number 14, vermilion, and it has a wide tip on one side and a fine point tip on the other side. They do not appear to be ordered by color at all, which kind of bothers me. I might have to reorder that. But I believe in the base here there is a plastic holder. And I don't think I'm going to be able to successfully remove this without just dropping all the markers. So we're just going to drop all the markers. Now I did have a tip come off here. So somewhere there's a marker with an open tip. So there's that guy. All right, so I hope that guy is, I'll have to put that aside and test that, make sure it hasn't dried out. So you get this little plastic holder where the markers will fit in the holder like so for organization. So you could put that on a desk and not use the bag if you'd like. I think I'm probably going to keep them in the bag, but they do come with this holder as well. So I'm sure somebody with a color science background has decided why these colors are numbered the way they are. We have warm gray from 0.5 all the way up to 8. Cool gray, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Got some reds and violets, a couple of oranges, some yellows, a couple of greens scattered about. Some blues, lots of purpley blues. And we have a couple of browns and then finally black here. Plus, we have these bonus pins. It looks like 2 white and 2 black if I had to guess. So I kind of feel like I could purchase a 120 pin set somewhere that would have all the numbers from 1 to 120 in it, or maybe even a 160 pin set with a whole bunch of other, cool gray, white, warm gray, and things on it. Obviously, I'm going to say this is designed for drawing on white paper. It's alcohol pins. They have a solid black, but they don't have a solid white, so you're probably going to be using white paper for this. Okay, I'm not an artist, but I was able to do something with these markers. Let me talk about the things I don't like first. So first of all, there's no easy way to tell which is the fine tip and which is the broad tip because these caps look and feel exactly the same. You just have to read this thing here. So I would like if there was a physical difference in the feel of the tips or the look of the tips so I could do that without having to, have to look at this printing on the thing. The broad tips, sometimes I had to push a little harder than I would have liked to get a full broad stroke on that. Maybe I'm just not used to pushing as hard as these guys require. Came with a super fine point little white pin, white ink pin, and also a fine point black marker here. These are kind of bonus. They're not part of the 48 colored markers here, but you get some in there. The colors on the plastic tips, I feel that they're not really a close match. So I started with gold and yellow, and you really get more of an orange. The colors on the actual felt tips, I think, give you a pretty good idea of what colors are going to look like. Obviously, to be sure, you really have to have a scratch piece of paper to, do some swaths on just to see what's going to show up as on your particular paper. but I don't really think that the color accuracy on the plastic tips is great. Now, all that being said, this is a very inexpensive set of 48 markers. And so for the price, I think it's a pretty good deal for a student. You know, I'm not talking an art student. I'm talking, you know, a junior high school student who needs some artwork. You know, or if you just want to put a lot of ink out on the page and you're looking to save money, I think it's a pretty good deal at this price point for what you get.